Good morning and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. And before we get into the interview, we just want to make one quick announcement. The Bethel Credit Union, celebrating their 75 years of existence, will have a worship as we give thanks for 75 years of Thanksgiving service. Worship as we give thanks for 75 years at the Montgomery Moravian Church on March 30th, 2025. The time is 9 a.m. They're inviting all their members as well as members of the general public to come out and give thanks with them. We know that the Bethel Credit Union has been a financial institution in Tobago for quite some time and celebrating the 75 years of existence. And we wish them 75 and even more years in existence as they contribute to building up those in the island of Tobago. So we have in studio with us, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sean McCoon, Director on the Board of Directors for the Tobago Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program. And he's come to speak to us about something called the Main Ridge Fitness Challenge. Good morning, Mr. McCoon, and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Hula. It's a pleasure to be here this morning.
Excellent. So tell us about this Main Ridge Fitness Challenge. What is it really about? I think you were on a couple of weeks ago. It's probably getting closer to the date.
Yes.
So just remind the public what this fitness challenge is about.
Right. So the actual event is scheduled for March 31st, 2025. And this is our second installment of the event. We had one, the first one was in 2023, where we had a very good turnout and we had people coming from Trinidad, many participants from Trinidad. We had two that came from Grenada, if my memory serves me correctly, one from Barbados and one from Grenada. And this year's edition, we have the 5 and 15K walk and run, and we also have a 20K cycling challenge. And all of that ties very nicely in to this year and next year's theme. Next year, we're celebrating 250 years of the Main Ridge Forest Reserve becoming the oldest protected rainforest or the oldest protected green space in the Western Hemisphere. So it all ties in quite nicely to the mandate of Tobago Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program. And it also ties in nicely with us putting on events that are in keeping with our ecotourism thrust and our thrust to showcase how beautiful and how useful our green spaces are right here in Tobago.
Now, I'm wondering, why a fitness challenge out of all the other things that you could choose to do? Why does the reforestation program choose a fitness challenge?
Now, as I indicated before, it's a 5 and 15K walk or run. So for the competitive ones who are actually into athletics and fitness and all the rest of it, they can compete in that regard, and there are prizes and so on. And I'm sure that would go up on the screen in terms of the prizes that are on offer. And why we chose that sort of theme is because it brings families together, it brings people from communities out, and then you have the hard competitors that will come out who are into, as I said before, athletics, fitness, and who are enthusiasts of hiking, running, and outdoor activities. In addition to which, the cycling adds a nice touch to it as well, because we have events, or we have had events on the island which are in keeping with cycling, like say the Tobago Cycling Classic, and then we have Rainbow, and we have all these other things. So we're just simply continuing in the vein and adding value to the Tobago space, blending ecotourism, green space recognition, and fitness, as well as some sort of sport tourism as well.
Now, I know that you would have mentioned that persons coming from abroad would participate in the event in the last year, or whenever was the last edition of the event.
Right. Mainly from Trinidad and one or two competitors or participants from other islands.
Okay. So what is the numbers looking like? Do you all have a maximum amount of persons you all can take to participate in this event, or is it just fully open to the public?
It's fully open to the public.
There's no ceiling?
Not necessarily in terms of the ceiling, because as you would appreciate, the Main Ridge Forest Reserve is a big open space.
Yes.
And the more people that we get to register, compete, participate, or just come for the lime, as the case may be, right? We are more than happy and welcome and open to welcoming everybody with open arms to the Main Ridge Fitness Challenge.
And if persons want to register, they want to participate, how can they go about doing that?
Right. So you can go to the Tobago Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program Facebook page. You can also just look on Google, or you can log on to the Tobago Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program website, and you can find the registration form there. You can also register in person at Millshield Complex. That's the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, a mouthful. And Tags is located there. You can actually register there, as well as the Botanic Gardens, which is the headquarters of reforestation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've spoken a bit about the Main Ridge Fitness Challenge, but I want to get into a bit about the work of the Forestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program. Just tell us, for 2025, what are some of the projects and initiatives that the program is going to initiate in Tobago?
Okay, so continuing from our mandate from a year or two back, and continuing in keeping with what the board was actioning and mandated to do, we have several projects that are ongoing. We have cadres that do lots of great work. They do agroforestry. We also have the local bay leaf and spice tea program, which was a collaborative effort and funded by the United Nations Development Program. We actually wrote a project, and we were successful in securing the grant funding through a competition that was run in Tobago. So there's that project. And we also have several other initiatives. And as you would have seen over the Christmas period, we have events such as the Botanic Gardens Glitzmas, or Christmas Glitz. So we have a blend of events, a blend of agroforestry programs, community-based projects and outreach, and also we are the standard bearers for green space development, such as the Botanic Gardens. We have the responsibility of managing that space, and in more recent times, the responsibility for Little Tobago. So you will see a lot of interesting, innovative, and very, very good initiatives coming out of the Main Ridge Forest Reserve and Little Tobago, which, as you would appreciate, is a ridge to reef system, right? And the Main Ridge Forest Reserve, as well as Little Tobago, presents many opportunities for Tobago, for Tobagonians, and also for Island as a destination, in keeping with our ecotourism trust. So there are many exciting things to come where Little Tobago in particular is concerned.
Now, I know about the Christmas Glitz program. I think that has been running for a couple of years now, if I'm not mistaken, and that seems to be well established. But you mentioned something about a bay leaf program, or a
local bay leaf and spices and tea.
That sounds
project.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Can you tell us a bit more about what that initiative is about?
Right. So basically what we are doing is you're taking local spices, herbs, as well as bay leaf, and based on the cultivation of that, you're looking to spur on production of teas and different products or downstream economic activities and benefits through communities from that particular project. One of the should I say line items, or rather one of the interesting parts of that project is community engagement and social enterprise. So one of the other things that reforestation focuses on is building capacity for social enterprise through using our green spaces and through using sustainable methodologies and environmentally friendly mechanisms as well. So we have a very broad scope And as much as I know people see and are aware of some of the events that we do, we have other very interesting things going on, such as this project.
Okay, and you said in terms of you want to build social enterprise with the initiative. Is it the intention that this the social enterprise would stay as cottage industries, or is the goal for it to go beyond cottage industries for exportation and that kind of thing to reach out into further markets, perhaps Trinidad? Tell us.
Right. So one of the first steps would be to build capacity within communities, and you enable them to be able to do small scale businesses, right? As you said, cottage industries.
Yes.
And as they continue in time and they gain investment and they gain interest from other business community, the business community, and also people who would be interested in buying from, say, Trinidad, they would then scale up based on their capacity, based on what they can produce, because they would have now been enabled through the skills that they would have gained through the training and through their through the skills that they would have gained in cultivating the spices, the herbs, and any of the products that would have been produced from that can now gain some good momentum, and they can scale up operations. So certainly there is room for scaling up of the operations, and certainly there is room for them to build a sustainable business based on sustainable livelihood practices, right? And something that you monetize from the natural environment.
Okay, well, Mr. McCoon, we have to cut it short here, but we'll have to bring you back on because we want to talk about some of those very interesting initiatives that the Tobago Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program has coming up. You have some very good stuff there. We need to dive more into it. But before we go, just tell the people again, give them some more information about the Main Ridge Fitness Challenge. One last time.
So the Main Ridge Forest Fitness Challenge, Main Ridge Forest Fitness Challenge, 31st of March, 2025. You have the 5 and 15K walk and run, and then you have the 20K cycling challenge. So please feel free to log on to our website, go to our Facebook page. Please, you can sign up online, or you can go to Tags, which is at Milshirv Complex. You can also sign up at the Botanic Gardens, which is Reforestation's headquarters, or you can also, I understand, we have an intake for sign up at Bishara, which is on the Esplanade. It's a store that is located on the Esplanade. You can also register there. So please feel free, come out, support. It's a wonderful initiative for family, for friends, for youngsters, for the elderly, for anybody. And we welcome you, and Tobago Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program looks forward to having you at the 2025 Main Ridge Fitness Challenge.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. McCoon. You heard it from the man himself, Director on the Tobago Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program, Mr. Sean McCoon, telling you about the Main Ridge Fitness Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, we go on a break, and when we come back, we will speak up next with Mr. Anselm Richards, Technical Advisor and Economist at the THA Economic Development Plan. He's going to talk about the THA Economic Development Plan. So do us a favor, share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back after these messages.